You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gays, this is the Real Pineapple. This is your humble host Hunter here. Happy holidays, y'all. Happy, what? Christmas, Kwanzaa, Passover, all the things. I hope you're all having a great holiday season. So, I have a review for what was one of my most anticipated films of this year in Nosferatu, which is written and directed by Robert Eggers, who, of course, you know from directing The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman. Fuck yes, The Northman rules, as well as The Lighthouse. And this film stars Lily Rose Depp, who um, it's kind of funny. It might have been my first year doing the worst of lists. I think that was like 20. I think I was like 2016. 2016, yeah, that sounds right. Where she did a film so bad, I actually had to redo my list and put this film at the top in Yoga Hosers, which, oh man, Yoga Hosers is some bullshit. But and then she did The Idol, which I'll be real, I think I watched I don't think, actually that's not true. I didn't get through an episode of The Idol. Just what I saw, I was just like, oh my god, this is shit. Um, but what I do have to say, she's gorgeous. She's an absolutely gorgeous woman. She seems very charismatic, and she seems like she wants to get this. It doesn't feel like she wants to just act because, her dad's Johnny Depp. It really does feel like she wants to hone her craft and really get this down and really go ahead and become a force. And I will simply say, if this is any indication, this young woman has an incredible future. Future. Did I say future? Future. That word. One thing I will say too is this really speaks to the power of having someone who has your best interests at heart and wants to go ahead and make you look good on screen. Because when you look at someone like, I don't know, I'll just throw a name out here, Sam Levinson. Uh, when you look at like someone like Sydney Sweeney and what they've been able to do independent of Euphoria. And I'll tell you right now, if you just watch Yoga Hosers and The Idol, you might think that Lily Rose Depp has should not be acting at all. After watching her in this, I think she could be an incredible asset, not just to the horror genre, but to just films in general. Lily Rose Depp is incredible in this fucking movie. I loved her in this. She is as great in this film as Mikey Madison is in Honora. I thought she was. I think the masterclass of a performance that she gives in here is something that women, not just women, fuck that people should be studying when it comes to gothic horror. She fucking nailed it. She ate with this, and we need to be giving her props. As much as she was dragged for The Idol, which, Sam Levinson, fair enough. We need to be going ahead and elevating her and giving her props for this, because she fucking rules in this movie. Another confession I will throw out here. I have never seen a Nosferatu film. I have never seen a Nosferatu film. My point of reference for Nosferatu was SpongeBob. I've never seen a Nosferatu film until this one, but I'm happy that this was the one to go ahead and break me in, because this shit is a vibe. This shit is dark. This is maybe, actually not even a maybe. I'll throw it out there. I think this is Eggers' best film. And look, now I haven't seen The Witch. I will admit I have not seen The Witch yet. But as someone who's just a fan of his work, I think this is one of those films that will define his filmography, and it will be one of those films that people point to in terms of just validating what an incredible filmmaker this dude is. Plus, there aren't people doing stuff like this. There aren't people who are doing period-based films, not set in modern day, but giving them the feel of when they're set up. Like in terms of like, if I were to do a if I wanted someone to do a God of War film, holy fuck, this is like the first guy I'm messaging. He would be. You know what I would actually love for Eggers to do? Give me like a Robin Hood type. Give me a Robin Hood show with him, show writing and directing. Because I miss stuff like this. I like the gothic horror. I like the swashbuckling aesthetic. Like I would love stuff like that. And I think Eggers is one of those directors who has the vision to go ahead and make it uh, digestible for modern audiences while still staying true to the actual material. So, um, Lily Rose Depp, as I mentioned, she plays Ellen Hutter, who is married to Nicholas Holt's Thomas Hutter. And let's just say real quick too, Nicholas Holt is having a hell of a year. Yes, the Garfield movie is absolute shit, but he's the best thing about it. But between that, The Order, and Juror Number Two, it just ended last year, which it shouldn't have, but the TV series is great. He had The Menu in 2022. Like the dude he's kind of been killing it, and this is one of his better roles. The script has very Shakespearean qualities in terms of how the people talk, but it never came across even close to as dry as a lot of Shakespeare does for me, which thankfully. But in order to sell the whole Nosferatu as a threat, you really have to believe that Thomas and Ellen are in love, and they do an incredible job in a really short amount of time to start off the film in establishing their relationship, establishing the fact that Ellen has had these bouts of, quote, depression and this manic behavior, as they call it. Of course, they don't know that Nosferatu is a thing yet, but I do like the way they establish the foundation of their relationship uh, immediately from jump, while going ahead and explaining why Thomas has to go ahead and leave. His business is basically telling him, like, hey man, you need to go ahead and go sell this property. If you go ahead and sell this property, you're a made man, you'll be made partner, and we won't fire you. So go sell this shit. So he has to go ahead and sell it to who we, of course, know is Count Orlok, who is played by Bill Skarsgård. And let me just say, a completely fucking unrecognizable Bill Skarsgård. Um, so I haven't watched The Crow. I don't think I'll watch it till it hits streaming, because I just cannot justify paying money to watch that shit. But those Skarsgårds, I mean, between him and Alexander alone, like, it's pretty crazy the amount of range that these Skarsgård boys have. But I so first off, I don't know who did the makeup, but whoever did the makeup, so Linda Muir did the costume design. This should win for best costumes. I know some people will say, "What about Wicked?" No. This should win for best costumes. But the makeup department, fuck it, I'll run everyone down. A special effects uh, a lot of these people worked on like sculptors, wigs, but I'm gonna shout out everyone. Sally Alcott, Ellie Ball, Alessandro Balaki, Emily Barker, Andrea Brown, Sasha Carter, Dora Faber, Richard Glass, Joe Grover, Jacob Grundler, pardon me, Alice Heapy, Claire Hedges, Chloe Henderson, Victoria Holt, Katie Hood, Colin Jackman, Samuel James, Tracy Lorder, Chris Lyons, Colum Magnan, Ellis McKenna Bruce, Ivana Nemkova, Gabriella Polakova, Stuart Richards, Katie Alexander Smith, Jodie Stanton, Suzanne Stokes Mutin, Milan Vlek, Fiona Walsh, and David White. I want to shout all those people out because the makeup is fucking pristine when it comes to Count Orlok alone. And all those people deserve their flowers for doing an incredible job with this film. Um, in terms of just other things about it, because I don't want to give I don't want to give too much away. Um, but Eggers is just in his bag in this movie. There's a point where rain is falling pretty early on in the movie, like within like the first 20 minutes. And even the way the rain is falling is fucking terrifying. It's like, god damn, this dude just gets how how to go ahead and just make everything feel epic and everything feel dark. As I mentioned, Lily Rose Depp is incredible in this. One of my favorite lines where she's kind of describing the feeling of Nosferatu, and this is very early on in the film, but she goes, "I've never been so happy in that moment. The moment I held hands with death." I was like, "God damn! Like, what? Like, what are you talking about?" Um, Fucking love that. I haven't even mentioned him yet because I've been so distracted by everyone else. Frederick Harding is played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, who of course you know as Craven the Hunter, um, or based on the box office, you don't know him as Craven the Hunter, but you know him from Nocturnal Animals, of course, Kick Ass, Bullet Train. Give me a Tangerine spinoff for fuck's sake. Um, the dude's an incredible actor, and I will say him and his wife in here. Oh god, I'm blanking on his I'm blanking on his wife's name. Oh yeah, it's Anna Harding, who's played by Emma Corrin, who of course you know from recently just playing Cassandra Nova in Deadpool and Wolverine. She of course played Princess Diana in The Crown Netflix show. She's fantastic in here, and it's so interesting how I do think that Aaron Taylor Johnson sometimes is in these movies, like Craven the Hunter, where it just feels like he's so out of place, and it's one of those like, why would you do this? But whenever he's in a period piece or like a period drama, it seems like he's so at home. It's really quite fascinating. I'd love to ask him about it because it feels like if he could do stuff like this more often than not, he would. He is also great in the Fall Guy. I will say to completely undercut what I just said, but but I really like their relationship in here. There's a nice little wrinkle thrown in as far as how Anna and Ellen kind of go ahead and talk to each other and some of the deeper conversations that they're having just as women given the time period and the depression that they're dealing with. Some of those conversations I thought were really interesting. And to see how Frederick is very much like Nosferatu's not a thing, this is bullshit, go fuck yourself. It's really interesting to see how things close in and how he is forced to accept that this entity does exist. And that's one of the things about this that's so terrifying is that so many people, rightfully so, are like, "Oh, this is bullshit. Nosferatu, a fucking demonic creature, like fucking vampire, fuck off." But as things get darker and as the walls close in and as you feel like all these things start to go wrong, there in particular is something involving a ship. I won't spoil it, but it's one of these things where I just went, "Oh fuck, that is very bad. That is bad just all around." Um, I really like the way that they go ahead and they kind of establish the origin of Nosferatu. They establish it just enough for you to kind of go, okay, so if this happened, then this probably occurred at some point, et cetera, et cetera. But it's but it's defined. It's not defined so much that it feels like the lore is almost like it's almost crushing its own. It's almost folding under its own weight. It's a very delicate balance that the film needs to strike, and I think it does a really good job on that front. Furthermore, there's a thing about possession in terms of actual, possession in the demonic sense, as well as also like artifacts and things that go ahead and kind of help with the with the possession. I thought that was very interesting topic and very interesting notion. Kind of ties back to what I think of with like serial killers having trophies. I really like the way that Nosferatu kind of does get into that without spoiling too much. Um, Willem Dafoe's in this because it's an insane movie, so of course Willem Dafoe's in it. He plays Professor Albin Ebhart von Franz. God, what a fucking name! And Dafoe, I don't know if Willem Dafoe. I'm trying to think if he's been bad in anything recently. But I haven't seen Saturday Night. I haven't seen Beetlejuice yet. I do need to see those. Um, but the dude is just like Boy and the Heron, Poor Things, Asteroid City, Inside, The Northman, Spider-Man No Way Home, Nightmare Alley, Card Counter, French Dispatch. Uh, Siberia is actually a pretty good flick. Motherless Brooklyn, Togo. He's actually even great in Aquaman, as dumb as that movie is. At Eternity's Gate, The Lighthouse, Von Lux. Um, the dude has been rolling. Murder on the Orient Express. I mean, for at least the last 7 years, he really hasn't had a role that I haven't been impressed with. You know, going back even 2014 with John Wick, where he plays Marcus. I mean, Defoe just gets acting, and he really is a chameleon, and just seems like he can just do whatever the fuck he wants in the best way. And he has a monologue in here about Nosferatu really hammering home the danger that the town is in, and that the people in that inner circle are in. And the way he sells that shit is so goddamn cool. It's so fucking intense. And you feel the sense of dread as you're watching it, going, oh man, this is just bad on every fucking level. And it really does a great job setting up for what is an intense as hell third act. Oh my god, the third act is wild in the best way. I will give away this bit of dialogue that Defoe has. I have seen things that would make Isaac Newton crawl back inside his mother's womb. I have faced the devil, and the only way to defeat darkness is to first acknowledge it exists. Fuck yeah. Oh my god. That shit, that line in particular, I just went, yes, 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 Defoe, you're the man, god damn it. Oh my god, this is such a great fucking flick. I don't want to talk about too much more, because I really don't want to give anything else away for y'all. Go into this blind, go into this cold. I saw the trailer a couple times, and the more I saw the trailer, the more I just found myself going, yes, give me all of this. And by the time I got to the end of the film, I was like, yeah, I love everything that I just watched. I think it's Edgar's best film, and I was a huge fan of The Northman. I don't know if this will crack my top 10, because I always just don't want to say that, because I don't want to go like, oh, hey, it was, but oops. But at the end of the day, this is a great fucking flick. This is an A+. It might be a fan fucking tastic on rewatch, but I dug the fuck out of this movie. I had so much fun with this. It wasn't scary, but there actually, that's not true. There are a couple jump scares that did get me, but it's very atmospheric in its horror, and I just dug this. So yeah, an A+ for me for Nosferatu. So Nosferatu, have y'all seen it? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comments. You can go ahead and follow the show on YouTube at The Real Pineapple. Make sure you hit the bell so that you know when you can get all notifications. That's REEL Pineapple. Can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at jhunter real pineapple. That's jhunter and then REEL and then pineapple. You can follow me on Blue Sky at realpineapple.bsky.social. And don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Give us 5-star rating. Definitely helps me out. Helps the show out. Can find the show pretty much wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever you listen to them. SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, to name a few. And you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/TheRealPineapple. Thank you so much, y'all, for listening. We'll have more reviews coming up here for some other potential Oscar contenders, including reviews for Sing Sing, The Brutalist, The Substance, and much more. Lots of reviews coming out for y'all. So make sure you're subscribed so you know when those are dropping. But everyone, thank you so much for listening. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Give someone a hug. Give someone a compliment. We could all use some more positivity. And never forget, as always, to keep it real.